Hi Leo, welcome into a general weekly reading for you. Obviously, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. This is going to be a positive week for you, all right? Regardless of what you've been experiencing, dealing with, having to overcome, it feels like you need to be expecting the best at this time. I feel a split energy in regards to this collective, where a good amount of you are expecting the best, at least for the most part, at certain points recently, but you need to, for some drawn to the reading, start to put your foot on the brake when you're feeling negative or focusing too much on the imperfections and allow for yourself to manifest the world of your dreams. Okay? I'm hearing your dreams into reality. Interesting. These were the first two cards that came out in the daily read I just did, so you might want to hop over there if you haven't already, watched that reading. But it feels like this is a time for you to feel a spark of life come back to be, right? A spark of, a spark of hope for some come back to be. And I feel like you're going to need to really buckle down and ask yourself some important questions and transform the game for yourself, right? Where do you need to change this and that within your world to see things healthier, more abundant otherwise? I'm hearing successful for you. We don't need you waking up feeling a sense of burden on your plate, on your back, on your shoulders. And that's obviously going to be, and I feel rewinding back has been created for you in differing from case to case, right? From different things. But the Hierophant card, the Chariot card, the Death and Rebirth card, and the Seven of Wands, I'm hearing your life is transforming as we speak, as this week, shifts on forward. And I feel like you're ready for different, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of which onto the reading throughout this week at a certain point or certain points, you're feeling different. This is because your path is transforming and your life is not meant to be looked at, perceived and experienced the same anymore. We did that once upon a time, right? We, lived that version of your life. And I want to say, Leo, to an extent, it may have been sparked more so, in the previous week, but they're saying we're talking about in this week period because you're going to be feeling it more so. This is a brand new chapter for you, and you deserve every bit and piece of the highlighting piece of the peace, and comfort, joy, and success that stems from it, that's created. It's as if you now have the chance to start again in certain ways, right? Or in general, you now have the chance to embrace a whole new way of living. So what's going to support that? Taking care of yourself by working out if you feel that's doable, sticking to re-implementing or implementing healthy routines otherwise, self-care. I'm hearing taking your vitamins, making sure you're taking care of your skin specifically, and they're saying drinking plenty of water is going to support that, and obviously other aspects of your health. But as well, I feel like your beauty rest is taking a highlight. If you know you need to get up early the next morning, be smart, right? Be an adult is what I'm hearing, mature, and get to rest earlier, and turn off social media or whatever you're watching, reading, you know what I mean? Close that book because you can't, obviously, unless it's like a Kindle or something. Turn it off. Anyways, we are ranting now. The point is, this week you're going to be feeling in the midst of this death and rebirth, in one if not multiple ways, or in general, you're feeling motivated to acquire, to create, to see evidence of change within your world. And don't be surprised when this feels ultra satisfying. I really feel an energy about you where you know what you're doing, and then you do something really damn well, and then you see rewards because of it. And this could be obviously work related, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like you will be giving somebody, if not multiple people, advice throughout the week, and this will be very beneficial for you. There's also a feeling, going back to work, that category of life, and if this doesn't apply to you, then so be it. But I really feel there's an authority figure or two at most very much respecting you at this time. And for some, it doesn't mean that they're in your physical reality, but you're being watched quite closely. All right, I'm getting that for whatever reason. 506 and 507, look up those angel number meanings. You're going to be seeing a lot of those, given those. You may be someone like myself with this ultra spiritual connection to the point where I'm out and about walking, for example, and I look at a street sign or I look at a store sign, and you're given a specific number. Look up 76 as well. 76, they're just showing me the sign for a gas station that I saw the other day, and I can't even remember, with all of the synchronicities, I have to look up what that one specifically means. So maybe comment down below if you want to. But the Seven of Wands, because there's a peaceful way about you that people really adore, or even, I want to say, attracted to, drawn back to. Getting that specifically from her imagery here, in way of sitting and whatnot. But you need to be protecting your energy more, or cleansing it more. And that's one way of which, but are we being honest with ourselves in regards to what we're doing too much? You know, I very much feel that you have somebody, if not multiple people in your midst, who are going through it, maybe a bit moody, pessimistic, maybe just judgmental, and maybe pushing you to lose your breath or feel off in energy. And so why would you then go back to that conversation or spark a new one or continue to speak to them, associate yourself with them, if you're being negatively affected and have learned this to be the case, maybe in a different way or the same way, or ways rewinding back? Let's just be real, okay? And adjust from there. That was a message in more than one way, applying to your world at this time. The Queen of Cups in reverse and the Four of Swords. I really feel, I just heard emotionally dry, okay? I feel this is kind of the way you are throughout the week. Now, I don't see this being a negative thing. I do feel you will be able to very efficiently understand what somebody's going through without being one with or feeling emotional in regards to it. You know what I mean? Because it feels like at this time you're naturally manifesting, and I really feel there's kind of an emotional detachment and distance from what you're trying to, I'm hearing, co-create with spirit or manifest on your own individually. And I do sense that that is really, really efficient for you, okay? Because you're not putting that emotional heaviness, weight on whatever you wish to see come to be. You're going to be receiving spam calls throughout the week, but I feel as if you, for some, drawn to the reading, are the reasoning. You put your phone number in on a form or in something online, if not multiple, and that is why it's coming through, or they're coming through. Now, pairing the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is where I was getting that from, if I didn't mention it already, with the Four of Swords, you're going to be feeling this protection within your world, and that's leaving you feeling more secure. All right, it's leaving you feeling more relaxed, going back to this imagery, more peaceful. And if you're naturally a peaceful individual, I feel that's going to feel different for you than it normally does, because you're not feeling this stress within your world that maybe you recently have been or did a bit further rewinding back. But it does feel like you're going to be honoring yourself as other people honor and respect you, compliment you, praise you, thank you. And it's all very much intertwined with certain levels of transformation and development within your world. Now, I'm not going to say that you aren't still changing within, but it feels like you just crossed, I just heard a threshold. You just crossed over, left behind a certain amount of soul transformation that I feel was an ongoing process. And so you continue to change, to be honest with you, but it's in a different kind of way or ways. You know what I mean? And so at certain points throughout the week, to shift on forward to different messages, You're going to be feeling such passion, but maybe to the extent of feeling burnt out or just intertwined with it, pairing these two together. So they're saying, are you consuming too much caffeine or something else that's leaving you feeling, or naturally just you end up over exuding? Are you over talking, being a storyteller? You might not feel you have a choice, like myself in these readings, but it does feel like you need to better take care of yourself. And we definitely mentioned that in the beginning of this reading. 1032, look up the angel number meaning, but your passion is not going unnoticed. You're not going unnoticed. There's a lot of spotlight victory throughout the week. There's a lot of better understanding at a distance from you, due to you, I feel, or at least partially, but as well, I feel you're better understanding yourself and your world and what leaves you feeling affected for the better and or for the worse. And so therefore, again, how do we adjust and adapt moving forward to better live this path to the best of your ability, best of your ability. But I do feel as if with these two very positive energies, the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, it's an abundant time for you where you're meant to be receiving. You're meant to be feeling rewarded. You're meant to be on your way towards, in the midst of this transformation and development once again, towards happiness, right? A more comfortable future for yourself. Now, any amounts of overspending recently, whether it felt like you had a choice or not, I feel like that's coming to mind. You're being pushed to reflect back so that you can now prepare for more financial comfort, savings, and even cut back when it comes to what you don't need to and even shouldn't be spending your money on. But if you haven't already, do hop over after this reading to watch your mid-September money and career tarot reading. But I do feel as if the end of September is going to feel naturally very different in comparison to the other weeks before this, within the month. And as my voice struggles once again, I really feel you're going to be thinking about your individual voice and how to utilize that more so in a selective, non-exhausting kind of way. Having a voice of importance. But look at this, the 8 of Wands in the Justice card. You're receiving justice throughout the week, Leo, and this is going to be looking different, experienced differently for every single Leo drawn to the reading, regardless of your individual placement or placements within your birth chart. Your moon sign and your rising sign are very significant throughout the week. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of which, watching the reading, it's Leo, right? Or at least one of which. For me, I'm a Leo, Libra, Libra. And so don't be surprised when you're very much guided to, pushed to watch a reading or two, if not several, and maybe look something else up otherwise in regards to your moon and rising sign. But I do want to say that you are finding the week does go by quite quickly. Where did it go? Maybe because you're enjoying yourself. I do have a lot of cards on the board, so I really feel you, for a lot drawn to the reading, have a busy week ahead for you. But this doesn't feel like a bad thing. You may even, want it, enjoy it, thrive in the midst of it. It reminds me of me. Yes, okay, it's exhausting running this business pretty much every day and then working, a serving job on the weekends. But it does, at times, not all the time, it leaves me thriving, right? I was raised to be, I don't want to say a busybody, but somebody who is okay with overworking themselves. That's just a fact, and I don't feel that's a bad thing. But it's also about, in the midst of thriving while being busy, finding and redeveloping, re-implementing the balance within it all, right? Knowing yourself and even getting to know yourself better at this point along your path. Let's pull a couple more. Very interesting, because this also came up in the daily read I just did. The cards that I just reorganized and kind of tidied up a bit are in 5 very purposeful piles, right? And so I feel like, again, this is a time period for you where things are developing and changing smoother than I feel things have felt and transitioned for you, changed, rewinding back. All right. I just heard new waters. All right. Let the winds of change feel more refreshing, more on point for you, more aligned. As I do feel like you are going to be seeing, I just heard the colors of the wind. Definitely reminds me of the movie Pocahontas, but they're giving me the word freedom, all right? And they're showing me an image from that movie. Definitely when that song plays, you know, her hair is blowing in the wind and whatnot. But they're saying there's a connection to nature that you have that will come into play. You're going to as well feel freedom is yours for the taking. And I don't see that being just one form of which, but multiple forms. Now, this isn't saying that, again, you're emotional, because we already spoke upon the Queen of Cups in reverse, but this is talking about your caring nature absolutely benefiting you throughout the week. I really feel like this is going to be an important week for you as things change, things develop, and transition for you towards a lot more and a lot more peace, comfort, joy, and success. All right? So if this is truly helpful, I will definitely see you next time. Bye, Leo.